The survival rate of cancer in Nigeria is very low for so many reasons, which include the high cost of treatment and the lack of adequate diagnostic and treatment centers. This is why this group of non-profit organizations are collaborating to provide various support for cancer patients who are less privileged.
This is the scale of the challenge. It's not just down to one or two organizations, but it's working across sectors, both private and public, and to ensure that the cancer message is taken across the country and that there's access to affordable cancer treatment and support.
It's important I mention we do not get involved at all in diagnosis because there's enough NGOs doing diagnosis. So basically we take on the patients once you've been diagnosed with cancer. And our support varies depending on the need of the patient to a certain extent. For some patients, they can't eat, they can't even afford to eat properly, nor pay for their chemotherapy. So for these patients, we have a food bank. So we actually provide nutritious food during the duration of the chemotherapy, and we also pay for the chemotherapy. Some patients, they just need scans after they've been treated with cancer to make sure that the cancer has been got. We pay for the scans. We provide free mastectomy bras and artificial breasts for indigent women. We've helped nearly 200 women with that. And then we also subsidize for women who can afford it as well. We do quite a lot of education. We think that education is very important because stigma is caused by fear and fear is caused by lack of knowledge. So we think it's really important that people are enlightened.
They are also appealing to the government to establish comprehensive cancer centers across the country.
Some women present early, but when they go to the hospitals, they're delayed. Treatment is deferred until the patient now gets to stage 4, which is terminal. Is that fair? All the radiotherapy machines in Nigeria, they're not working. They keep collapsing. And what are we doing about it? It's so sad.
For the survivors and those affected, the importance of early detection cannot be overstressed.
I lost my dad to the prostate cancer, unfortunately. Because we got it late. Check yourself, especially if you are 40 years. Check yourself once a year to ensure that you don't have what you call a PSA. It's a normal test, it's very easy to check.
I had cancer myself. I'm very strong on the I am not ashamed. We're currently doing a campaign, hashtag I'm not ashamed, on Twitter, etc., because we think that the stigma is what's forcing women to hide. My mother had terminal cancer. She was dead within 6 weeks. But before that, she had survived for 33 years after we were told she was going to die. So what that shows is that when God shuts the door, no man can open it. And when God opens the door, no man can shut it.
Vivienne, Irikefe, TVC News.